Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Fishing in Tennessee. Sorry for the shortage of videos lately. Have been really busy with school and everything. Haven't been able to. Trying to catch some film fishing. Had my camera with me, just never pulled out. That day just didn't have luck. Caught about two. I lost one in a treetop, so it wasn't really a good day. That day we caught around 12. That day really wasn't biting that good. The shad wasn't moving around good, so the bass probably wouldn't be moving around good. So, well, let's get started. Today I'm going to tell you about the fall transition. This is one of the most famous things people like to talk about. Reason I'm coming to you, never made one about this, but the fall transition is one of the most famous fishing times of the year because a lot of people make a big deal out of it because it's so hard, and it is hard to fish in the fall transition. Summer is one of the best times because in the mornings they're scattering, they're looking for shad, and then later in the evening they're going deep and looking for the crawfish and things like that. So today it's a little bit different in the fall. So today I'm going to tell you the three basic lures that I use. Well, about four. There's about four of them. 4 or 5, I can't remember. But anyway. The first one is crankbait. Early in the mornings, if you see the schools of shad moving around, if you don't see the schools of shad throwing around, throw a crankbait. That'll really get those bass fired up. Throw on the cover like treetops with this kind of crankbait, hanging off cover, things like that. That'll get those bass fired up, and you should catch a lot of fish. And this right here, I've read it in an article. Kevin Van Dam wrote it in Bassmasters on their website. So this is where I pretty much get all my information from. Anyway, when you start see shad scattering, throw something like a spinnerbait into this cover. Things like that. Like right here I have a Strike King, I think it's a 3/8, I have to say, 3/8 spinnerbait right here. I'll have to get me moving and getting banged up. But throw something that will imitate these shad. Crankbaits will, but the crankbait will really get them fired up for you. That'll get the shad moving around. And another thing, what you can throw is a topwater. Topwater is one of the most famous fall lures. You can throw a regular old, well, I'll just show you this. A regular old, like this Rebel Poplar right here. Throw something like that right there. Or you can throw Strike King Sexy Dog right there. I mean, it's just totally different. When you see the shad start scattering and everything, this is your go-to right here. Is what you need to be doing. And then later in the evening, when the sun starts getting up, you want to start going towards the bank. You want to be beating the bank. Mainly what you want to be doing. Throw a crankbait, or this is what I like to do. Flip, and this is how I caught most of my fish. Couldn't catch one off a spinnerbait, didn't try crankbait, left my crankbait rod at home, had some people go fishing with us, so couldn't bring all my rods with me. So I just brought, I only got to bring 3 out of my 5, so I brought my flipping stick with me, and I flipped a Strike King Rage Crawl, and I used a 3/8 lead weight. Don't use tungsten. I'm real tight on money, so I don't get to use tungsten. And then a Gamakatsu 3/0 hook. Now you're noticing why so little. One reason so little, because if I'd went up to a 4/0, it probably would have been too big for it. These Strike King Rage Crawls are really small for their baits. They're not like a Pit Boss or anything like that. They're really small profile, but they'll get the job done. Caught all my fish off this right here. Flipping treetops, flipping just shade, things like that. When it gets high up in the sky, when the sun gets high up in the sky, flip this right here, and I guarantee you'll catch fish. Alrighty guys, and another thing you can do, I forgot to mention this. I have my rod over, I don't have it off, but one thing you can do is throw you a shaky head. Something I throw all the time is a shaky head. It just depends on the jig heads I get to go pick up. I don't got no jig heads in here. I keep them in my terminal tackle box. But I throw a Zoom Centipede. I've been looking for like a Strike King or one of them to come out with one of those. They don't make it. They call it the French fry. And love the Centipede. I use that probably 95% of the time. I barely use the finesse worm. I might use it one trip for some reason, but I barely use the finesse worm because the finesse worms really let me down. Hadn't caught as many fish as I had on the Centipede, so I really like the Centipede overall. But something like that, a shaky head or wacky worm, or you're in those clear waters, say drop shot or something like that, represents those bait fish. Alrighty guys, thank you guys for watching this episode of Fishing Tennessee. We'll see you guys later.